Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Norma Taylor, and here are some of the stories we're starting off with for this week. Chris Chase checks out the new Lighthouse from the Woodshop Guild. Ann Prianti was at the Okatee Farmers Plant Sale. And later in the program, we hear about a program for military, veterans, and first responders. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News, with our news team bringing you stories from Sun City and the Low Country, taking the lead with entertainment news. And on deck is our sports report. Sun City News, from people you know, about people you know. This week's SCTV News starts now.
The Woodshop is at it again. Another beautiful lighthouse has been added. Reporter Chris Chase went to see the folks that made it possible.
We're here at Harbor Town with the woodworkers who have just delivered this beautiful lighthouse. Now let's talk to the people who are responsible. Now, Tom, what did you do with this?
I had a little bit to do with some of the painting and some of the putting it together, but mostly everybody else had a lot to do with designing it, building it, cutting it on the 3D printer, and some of which was also on the CNC. And
3D printer, Ray, you did the 3D printer, right?
That's correct.
Which pieces are 3D? Because you really can't tell.
So we actually printed the roof this time so that we could get the ridge detail, all the white trim you see around the lighthouse, any white trim you see around the windows.
And the doors down below?
And the doors down below. We also printed the railings and then painted them red.
That is amazing. I'm shocked at what a 3D printer can do. Now, these are beautiful windows. Who did those, Susan?
I cut the glass for the windows. So.
As well as, take the credit, Susan designed and built and did all the cuts for all of the column work, which was done on the router. And so that's all her.
Modesty, I love it.
And I painted the metal flagpoles.
And Ken banged them in just a minute ago with a paintbrush.
That was it. I'm done.
Ken, what did you do?
He led the team.
I'm supposed to be in charge of the team, but as you can see, it's
tough to keep.
they don't.
Yeah, I can
tough
see
to
that.
corral them. You know.
I can see that. Well, you guys did a beautiful job. Kathy, you want to say anything about the lighthouse?
Everyone did such a beautiful job, and this is not the first one, but this is probably one of the best ones.
It is beautiful. It really is beautiful. You guys did a wonderful job. Now, this is the last one you're going to be putting in, or are you going to go for more?
Oh, we'll probably do no more.
And you heard it here first.
The start of autumn is nearly here as the leaves begin to change, temperatures dip, and the Okatee Farmers Club holds their annual fall plant sale. Reporter Ann Prianti was there to catch the excitement.
It's an exciting morning here at the pavilion as the Okatee Farmers Club sets up for their annual plant sale. And we have a few questions for Glen Umberger, the president. Hi, Glenn.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. So tell me, how many garden plots are in the Okatee Farmers Club?
We have 3 garden areas. In total, 322 plots. The original ones were opened in 2000. They're the larger of the plots. They're 20 by 25 feet. The others are 10 by 20. But we have 322 plots.
Wow. And what do people grow in these plots?
Well, we have 2 seasons basically. We have the spring, early summer season, which starts in March. So we have 2 plant sales a year. One in March, where people buy their tomatoes and peppers and okra and those kind of things. And then the fall plants. See, here, you can grow in the fall. You're not shoveling snow in the winter here. You're growing broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts and lettuce. It's wonderful. And the weeds don't grow as much. It's great.
That sounds fantastic. Tell me, what does the Okatee Farmers Club do, the members do, other than the plant sales and tending gardens?
Well, you mean what events do we have?
Yes.
So we have our 2 plant sales. We also have twice a year we take orders from Jasper Feed and Seed for black cow, mushroom compost, chicken manure, and straw. We have a picnic in June and a holiday dinner in December. So we're always busy. Oh, and we have onion sales the end of October. We plant onion sets. So we're always busy.
How do we get onions from your onion sales?
If you're a member, it's easy.
It sounds like it's a good...
You tell us how many you want. They come in bundles of 1,000. We get a team, and we bundle them in bundles of 50, and we all go home smelling like onion.
Well, it sounds like it's a good idea to join the club if you're interested in gardening. How does somebody join the club and get a plot?
It's really easy. What we ask them to do is to email us. Actually email me at okateefarmersclub@hotmail.com, and then we'll get back to you and we'll make arrangements to show you available gardens.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I think we'll go around and check out the sale and talk to some members.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So, Stephanie, how long have you been a member of the Okatee Farmers Club?
Hi, yeah, I've been a member here for a week. We just moved in last month.
Oh, wow. Where'd you move from?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. And what are you looking forward to getting at the plant sale?
Oh my gosh, I am excited about just having some great fall vegetables. We love eating vegetables, lots of salads, things like that. My husband specifically has asked for cabbage, so I'm going to be looking for cabbage today.
And did you garden in Chattanooga?
I did. I was that person that you ran away from because I was always coming at you with more fresh vegetables that I was trying to give away. I always had too much.
Still more to come. Chris Chase reports on Memory Matters 5K run. Our SCTV crew talks with historian Glen Umberger, and we learn about the art of Intarsia. So stay with us. We'll return after this brief break.
Sun City TV is taking you down memory lane. In a new block of programming we call Retro TV, we air former show episodes. For example, do you remember Healthy Eating with Leslie? You can still get those recipes. Do you recall the Neighborhood Challenge? You'll get a kick out of seeing your neighbors trying their best at Sun City trivia and physical dexterity skills. You've got lots of chances to tune in the morning at 9:30 and 10 a.m., afternoons at 1 and 1:30, evening 10:30 p.m., and you insomniacs 12:30 a.m.
As in every year, this is the 5th annual Memory Matters 5K Beach Run. It was a huge success, meeting for the very first time in a new location. Lots of volunteers to make these events fruitful. The total donated was $50,000 and will be shared with so many.
We're here at the Tiki Hut on Hilton Head Island for the 5th annual Memory Matters 5K run. Now, Jill, there's a lot that goes into this.
There is. We're so thankful for all the racers that came down. We have over 200 participants.
Now, where exactly does the money go from this?
So the money goes to Memory Matters. We're servicing families in Beaufort and Jasper counties, and we're really thankful for all the runners.
And also our wonderful vendors are here with tchotchkes and snacks and water. We've got games for the kids. We've even got a doggy zone here. Amazing turnout with our volunteers, and all of our staff are here today. So we're looking forward to a wonderful day on the beach.
An organization very near and dear to our hearts, and I think all of you are here for a reason. But I want to share a big reason why we're here at this location today. Some of you may know a gentleman by the name of Jay Wendell. And Jay is no longer with us. He passed away in February of this year at the young age of 50 years old. And Jay is the reason we're here because I had reached out to him, being on the board. They had asked me, hey, do you know a good location venue? And Jay was general manager here, and his presence is still felt here. But I'd reached out to Jay on the Wednesday before he passed away that Saturday. And I said, Jay, would you all be interested in relocating our 5K run to the Tiki Hut and the beach house? He said, Julie, absolutely. He says, I'm gonna put you in touch. And at this point, it was Stacy Floyd, who's here around somewhere. But I wanna share something, and I'm gonna quote what Jay said. Jay said, we want the beach house to be Hilton Head's hotel. So that was all he said. I put Stacy in touch with Jay, and unfortunately, literally, they had made all the arrangements for this to be here today, so thank you. And I know Jay's looking over us today, and he ordered this amazing weather. But unfortunately, Jay is not here anymore, but we all are here to maybe say a prayer, say a thought.
Now, it looks like you were running today.
I did.
What brought you out to run?
So I'm actually here for a neurological conference down at the Sonesta, but when I found out about this race, I decided why not have a 5K in the middle of the conference, right?
Oh, I think that's a great idea. Great
Yeah.
idea. So what else do you do when you're not running?
So I'm the Healthcare Executive Director for USC Brain Health. We do cognitive screening and cognitive evaluation. We partner with primary care providers and health systems to work inside of PCP offices to help providers take care of patients and caregivers that are undergoing cognitive concerns.
It's wonderful, and there's a lot of issues nowadays, especially.
There are.
Or maybe it's just brought to light more now.
Yeah, especially with the aging population, there's a lot of need. Also, South Carolina, the entire state's a neurological desert, so it's very important for us, and that's why it's important for Memory Matters, the folks that are hosting this event. This work is really good because there's such a need in the state.
There is. Well, thank you so much for being here and running.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
The town of Bluffton is launching a new historic resources survey of the Old Town Bluffton Historic District, an important step in documenting and preserving Bluffton's story. Chris Chase met up with Glen Umberger, the town of Bluffton's historian, to get more information.
We're here in this beautiful garden in front of the Welcome Center. Now, Glenn, what are your hopes for this project?
So the project is what's called an above ground resource survey. And what that means is within the historic district, we're looking at every building constructed before 1986. And we're going to be documenting those buildings with photographs, and we're going to be recording a history of the building, both architecturally speaking and the story behind it. This will serve as information or data that we can use to inform our preservation activities moving forward.
Now, you have a lot of people that are going to be involved in this.
So really, we have a consultant who's doing all the heavy work, but we also are encouraging everybody who's a member of Bluffton's community to take an active part in the project.
Now, when you say an active part, you're looking for history. What should they be thinking to give to you?
So we're looking for any old photographs of buildings, any stories about buildings, life in Bluffton going all the way back to whenever you can remember.
Yes.
So those are the types of things which will help inform our survey, both from an architectural standpoint and also from a historic context standpoint.
It's just such a wonderful project. I mean, everybody should really be excited and get involved with this.
So our first time we did an above ground resource survey was 1994. And the result of that survey resulted in the 1996 National Register District, the Bluffton Historic District. We updated that survey in 2001. We updated it in 2008. We updated it in 2019. And we're updating it again in 2025.
Now, exactly why is this so important?
It's important to record the history. Each survey, think of it as a snapshot in time, not a video. So things change over time. New buildings are built that become eligible for inclusion in a survey. So it's time to update the survey.
Got new construction going on.
We got new construction going on. We've had demolitions over the years. So it's re-recording what's here within the historic district.
Now, you got some key dates coming up, right?
We do. So right now is called field work. So our consultant is in town. You may see them running around town with a camera and a clipboard doing work. And then they will take all that data and they will go back to their office and continue working on the actual survey. In February, the final result will be brought to the Historic Preservation Commission for their review. And then it will eventually go to Town Council for adoption. That will probably be either February or March of 26.
Now, what will we be able to see?
So you will actually, in February, you will see the final document. The 2019 version is a document about that thick. So you'll see a similar document in 2026.
Well, I'm not reading that.
I won't expect you to.
Well, thank you, Glenn.
My pleasure.
Our SCTV crew went to the Woodworkers Guild to find out about the skill of doing Intarsia. Let's watch.
Well, I'm here with Sandy Tigner, and Sandy is the Intarsia teacher over at the Woodworkers Guild. So Sandy, Intarsia is absolutely amazing to me. What exactly is Intarsia, and how did you get interested in it?
Well, Intarsia is obviously woodworking. You take individual little pieces of wood in various colors, cut them out, shape them with sanders, Dremel tools, whatever, and then glue them together, sort of like a puzzle, except that on a puzzle, your surface is very flat, and on Intarsia, you have a lot of 3D. So each individual petal on a flower is a separate piece of wood that's been cut and shaped and then glued into position back together again. And when it all comes together, it makes some kind of a scene or design or some sort of piece of artwork.
Okay. Now, what's the process? How do you get started?
Okay, I brought this along so I could show you. So every Intarsia piece starts with a line drawing. Okay, you can some sort of a pattern. You can buy these patterns online. There's books of them. I always draw my own patterns, but regardless, it's still a line drawing. Somewhere in here, I'm going to begin. And when I begin my Intarsia piece, I'll pick a place I'm going to start. And then I select a type of wood that I want to use to do that, specifically by color or whatever. So I pick a piece, I start, and I'll trace from my pattern onto the piece of wood. I will literally draw onto the piece of wood with my pencil, trace it on there, and I cut it out. The scroll saw is the machine we use to cut out. And you can, with a scroll saw, you can cut very tiny little curves, tiny little pieces if you need to, or bigger pieces. But you cut out the shape on the scroll saw. Then when I'm done with the scroll saw, cutting it out, I go over to the drum sanders, the pillow sanders, the belt sanders. I have a Dremel tool, which I didn't quite get out yet, that I can use to put textures on there. I go ahead and I shape that piece to completion. Then I trace the next piece, cut it out, go through the same process. When those two pieces are both done, I glue them together. Then I cut the third piece, and so on and so on. So the interesting thing about Intarsia is, here's a piece that is, I'm just working on it now, but you can see, even though I only have a part of it done, the part that's done already has a look of completion. It's not like something where until you sand it at the end, you don't know what you have. You can see it emerging, which is part of the fun of the process, is just to see how it's all looking just as it goes.
Okay. Still much more ahead on Sun City News. Randy Selman's here with an entertainment report. Georgia Lash talks about a program for active military, veterans, and first responders. And Mike Romano has sports news, so don't go away.
Sun City TV invites you to join our crew. Our growing technology presence requires enthusiastic, creative volunteers. No previous TV experience needed. Email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com.
Randy Selman had a chance to sit down with Heather Adams, the director of Little Shop of Horrors. Let's listen in.
It's so nice to see you again, Heather.
Oh, it's great to be here, Randy.
Little Shop of Horror is probably one of the most amazing and fun cult classic musicals to grace the stage. Tell us a little bit about the musical.
Well, the story basically revolves around a young man who works in a florist shop in Skid Row in New York. And one day he comes across a very unusual plant and decides to adopt it. In the process of trying to nurse it back to health, he discovers that it needs a very unusual kind of plant food. So the rest of the story is basically talking about the results of feeding the plant this unusual food and the results of it growing stronger and bigger.
Yes, I know. Because the cast is so small, each character stands out. Give us a little glimpse into the personalities of these characters.
Sure. Seymour, the young man in the flower shop, is very sincere, very meek, very mild, at least at the beginning of the play. His boss, the owner of the shop, Mr. Mushnick, is kind of the opposite. He's very gruff, he's very cynical, results of being worn down from a hard life that he's lived. There's Audrey, the love interest for Seymour, from afar, of course. She's very kind, she's very sweet, very supportive. Unfortunately, she is dating a dentist named Orrin, who happens to be not only bullying, but sadistic as well. And then we have the doo-wop girls, who are street smart and funny and hip and a lot of fun.
Last but not least, tell us about Audrey 2. It takes 2 actors to create this character. How was it for them?
Well, there's 2 words I would use, challenging and intense. They both went through training with a local puppeteer to learn the moves that they need, the skills that they need to work these puppets. And there are actually 4 pods that are used for the length of the show that grow each time.
Well, it's so nice to sit down with you again, and congratulations on your opening last weekend. I'll be there Saturday night, and I can't wait.
I'll be looking for you.
Oh, good. There is still time to grab some tickets for Little Shop of Horrors. The play continues through Friday, September 26th, and Saturday, September 27th at 7 p.m., and Sunday, September 28th at 2:30 p.m. Don't miss it. I'm Randy Selman, and that's your entertainment report. Remember, life is entertaining, so don't miss the show, especially this one.
SCTV traveled to Ridgeland to learn about a unique program that helps our active military, veterans, and first responders.
Jimmy, you are helping me to complete a mission I've been on, and that's to help people understand OPFOB. One of those acronyms, we throw them around, and it's a valuable acronym to know about. So I'm going to let you first give us that definition. What is OPFOB?
Okay, yeah. So OPFOB stands for Operation Patriot's Forward Operating Base. And if somebody asks, like, well, what's a forward operating base? It is a small little base tucked in the middle of nowhere in some austere environment that we always operated from. So that is what we've created here on our 268 acres.
Now, what is OPFOB's mission?
So our mission is we are dedicated at providing purpose, peer-to-peer engagement. So we are a veteran and first responder run organization, and really the whole goal is preventing veteran and first responder suicide. But we try and get way ahead of that problem by, if you give somebody purpose and a mission, then you really don't have to worry about the latter part.
That's a pretty heavy duty assignment. How do you accomplish that?
So we have a bunch of different events, a bunch of different activities out here. So when we go on the tour, you'll see the whole entire 268 acres. We've got outdoor recreational activities. We've got support groups and things like that. So Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. is one of the biggest ones. I invite everybody out to see that one. We have coffee and camaraderie.
How many veterans or first responders might we see on a Saturday?
Normally you're seeing upwards of about 100 to 125. Volunteers, cooking breakfast. There's a huge spread. You'll have all your veterans and first responders sitting down, and all we're doing is communicating and building relationships and building that trust, and we call it building the tribe that we once had when we served with. We also, for other support groups, we've got AA meetings Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here. And we also have a Bible study group. So with the Bible study group, 7:15 in the morning at Corner Perk in Bluffton.
Okay. Now, all of these participants, can we call them members? Do they sign up to become a part of OPFOB?
They do. So everything for all of our members, all the activities, all the events, the trips, everything that we do, 100% free for our members. So for our members, it's veterans, actively serving and retired first responders, actively serving military, so active duty, National Guard, reserves, all that kind of stuff, Gold Star family members, and then families of all the above, like immediate family members of all the above.
To learn more about the OPFOB program, tune into the October episode of Extra. Mike Romano is standing by with some sports news.
Hello, sports fans. We start this week's report off with congratulations to Dana Whittle, Georgia Angelillo, Jean Horan, and Claire Donato, and Gina Gallagher. All 5 of these women scored holes-in-ones over the past summer. Dana, Georgia, and Gina were at Hidden Cypress, while Jean and Claire were at Argent Lakes. About 1% to 2% of golfers score a hole-in-one each year, so this is a rare achievement. The Men's Golf Association two-man scramble is now down to 5 teams. You will recall that the tournament started with 40 teams and through single elimination has been pared down to 5. The 5 remaining teams will participate in a shootout at holes 6 through 9 at Hidden Cypress Golf Course. The last team standing will be the winner. The Men's Golf Association Championship will take place on October 1st and 2nd at Hidden Cypress and Okatee Golf Courses, respectively. There will be a champion and a senior champion. The senior champion must be 70 years old by September 24th. The field is limited to 128 players. In tennis news, the Tennis Association concluded its end-of-summer tournament on Sunday, September 14th. Winners were crowned in each of the men's and women's classifications. Don't forget to check out the Tennis in the Pink event at the Southside Tennis Courts. The event is scheduled for September 27th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. All proceeds from the event support the Pledge to Pink Foundation. Last week at the softball's opening day ceremonies, we interviewed several participants. Let's listen to one long-term player.
So I'm here with a pretty special guy, Chris Ceresi. And Chris is 90, going to be 91. He's a Korean War veteran, and he still plays softball here in Sun City. He's now a member of the Palmetto Glass team, and he will be playing in the outfield this year, but in previous years played a lot of infield and just about any position on the field. Chris, what are you looking for in this season?
Well, I'm looking for a healthy season, an active season, and an enjoyable season more than anything else. You know, it's something that I really appreciate, being able to come out here and play. You know, as long as I can remain healthy to play, this is my goal, to be as active as possible, as much as I can. And I hope, with the help of God, I hope I keep doing it.
So you mentioned to me earlier that you threw the first pitch out last year. How exciting was that for you?
Very exciting. I mean, you know, to be able to throw the first pitch on the Memorial Veterans Day game, that's fantastic. I think one of the biggest things they can have out here in Sun City is when they have the veterans games here. You know, you got the Army, the Navy, the Marines coming out here. I think it's just fantastic, and I was able to throw the first pitch. Ooh, that was great.
Just shows you're never too old to do what you love. That's it for sports. It's time to get outside and get some sun. For Sun City Sports, I'm Mike Romano.
Well, that's our show for this week. Thank you for watching. Catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to click like and subscribe. To see expanded coverage of some of our SCTV stories, tune into our monthly show Extra. And if you have questions and comments, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. Make sure you check in next week for all the news that's in your neighborhood. For Sun City News, I'm Norma Taylor.